Hey y'all, what's up? How y'all doing out there? So hey, we're gonna talk about the things I regret at 40 years old, 40 plus, okay? And I want everybody to share and like this video because I came on here and I put on lashes, which you can barely see because I don't buy the expensive ones. And I have on lipstick. Like I actually did like this lip stuff and it's way too shiny, but y'all gonna be all right, okay? At least I don't have crusty lips. Okay, so let's talk about things I regret at 40 years old. First thing I regret, and this is a message to the younger folks. Forget younger folks. This is a message to everybody because I do believe we still fall prey to this even at 40 plus years old. Listening to other people. Listening to other people. Let's be specific. Listening to other people when it comes to your goals and your dreams. Please understand this. There's a lot of people, for lack of a better word, just plain lazy. Okay, let's just keep it 100. They do not want to put forth any extra effort in life. They want to get up. They want to do the things that they do. They want everything to work out. They want to have no problems, no issues, don't run into any type of friction or a chance of things not going the way that they expect them to go. A lot of people are afraid of criticism. But mostly, I feel like a lot of people are afraid of putting in the work. Or they put in the work and they quickly realize that it's a lot more freaking work than they expected. Okay, because I know for sure I have experienced that. Putting in work on something, you think, oh, I just do these few little things are going to go great. For instance, having a YouTube channel. You see these people making these very casual videos and they're just talking and they sound like they're having a great time and they got like 100,000 views. They got like 1 million subscribers. And you thinking, oh, I can just go on there and do the same thing. At least I'll get a couple of views. I'll get a couple of thousand subscribers. And you do it for a year or two, you got 12 views on all of your videos. You got 38 subscribers. And it's been over a year. And you're like, well, what the heck? Then you start thinking, oh, they're paying for views. They're paying for this. They got a special connection. No, they put in the work. Now, what I did notice is some people they do change their channels change over time. So sometimes even I've had to do that with channels before, kind of like adjust the direction of the channel, if you will. So that's the thing, regretting listening to other people, because a lot of other people are afraid and they want you to be afraid. And we see that all the time in politics, religion, friendships, anything you can think of, you discuss with somebody else. People, the first thing that pops up to them is the things to be afraid of. And then they tell you the things to be afraid of. And then you start actually getting afraid of these things. And then you end up not doing what it is that you should do for you. Okay. The next thing, let me see something. Let me see. Okay, I wrote it down. So the next thing is a big thing that I had to deal with, and I think a lot of people end up dealing with this. That's why people will be married like 20 plus years, and they end up getting a divorce. And people are like, well, why would you be married that long and then you get a divorce? Now, this is not specific to me as far as getting a divorce, as far as a marriage, but divorce and friendships. People, do not be afraid to divorce yourself from any relationship that is not benefiting you, that's not, let's say, feeding you in some type of way, in a positive, fruitful, helpful way. If you are noticing that every time you have some great idea and something that you're excited about or inspired by, if the people you hang around with, you are afraid to tell them about those things, stop hanging around them people. Like, for real. Like, stop. Oh gosh, I have something in my eye. This dang eyelash. Stop hanging around those people. I'm telling you, stop hanging around them. Spend extremely limited time with them, if any time at all. I had to, and I really wish I had been wise enough to do it like 20 years before. I've actually had we were probably friends for close to 40, like 38, 39 years, like pretty much 40 years. And I had to finally get to the point where I had to choose me over the friendship. Okay? There's a point in time when you realize that you and somebody else, you are not on the same path. And you might love this person or these people to pieces, but you realize that you all are not going in the same direction. You're not on the same path. You need to exit out of that relationship. And this is why I say this. I feel like 40 is the perfect time to really be like, okay, let's stop all the BS. You're getting much closer to the end of life than you are at the beginning of life at this point. I felt like I had a very limited time to really live my best life. My best life. Not a friend's best life. Not a spouse's best life. Not a parent's best life. Not your kids' best life for you, okay? Because we need to understand that too. Some of us be letting our kids stir the direction of our life. Your kids, their life is their life. Your life is your life. If you raise your kids and they're adults, like say they're adults, if you got smaller kids, yeah, you got to give, but at the same time, you give them boundaries too, because your smaller kids that are still minors can be doing too much as well. But they're adult kids, they have their life that they're going to live. Don't get so wrapped up in your kids' adult lives that you don't live your own. Even if you got grandkids, okay, those are your kids' kids. Now, if you've had to take your kids, the grandkids on and adopt them, then yeah, that's a whole nother, bag of tricks to deal with, but it's something you still have to create. If you can get a circle or a group of people that can help you, but the point is, not to get off on a tangent, which I just did, but the point is even some of the people you love the most. Speaking of, I have an adult child calling me right now. I'll be back with y'all in a minute. Okay, so I'm back. I didn't want to be full of what, so I didn't want to be full of crap, so I made sure I talked to my son, and then I got off the phone because I'm like, hey, I got a video to do. And guess what? He's completely understanding. A lot of times if you just tell people that you're working on certain things, now sometimes you can't tell everybody what you're working on, because there's a lot of people that they will not be supportive, and actually they'll be wishing and praying on your downfall because they don't want you to get. A lot of people that are closest to you don't want you to be above them. Like, I don't know what it is about that, but people are really weird. But people, if they're closest to you, it's like they want to hold you close, and because of that, because they want to just hold you so close to them, they don't want to see you elevate or possibly move on and expand beyond your friendship or your relationship with them. So that's my thing with that. Hanging on to relationships just because of familiarity. Don't do that. Another thing I regret, I overall, I just really regret not really having confidence in myself and going for things that I felt passionate about, being afraid of failing, being afraid of what others would say, being afraid of being ridiculed, afraid of things I had no idea would or would not happen. I really regret not just going for things that I was interested in. Another thing I regret, but I'm getting back into it as best as possible. And I know many people around my age group have a really hard time with this because we're so busy. We're pulled in so many different directions. But keeping a consistent exercise regimen is super important, because your bones, as you get older, it's like you start stiffening up. You start stiffening a lot. Your muscles start to stiffen. You start feeling way more fatigued. It's harder for you to move around, do things that you want to do. And those things only get worse as you get older. So I do regret not keeping a consistent exercise regimen. And then just probably doing a better job of managing my money, not managing your money. But it's so much deeper. I have to make a separate video about that, because I feel like when people overspend or don't manage their money correctly, it has a lot more to do with your mental health at the time, different things that you're dealing with, versus it just being something. Sorry for the person that's over next to me in their truck. The whole time, a little like side video going on over there. But anyway, it has a lot to do with where you are mentally. You see what I'm saying? So anyway, y'all, that's all for this video today, but I'm pretty sure this will have a part 2. I definitely feel some part 2 topics. So y'all, I don't want to make this video too long. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you for watching. You all have a wonderful day. Bye bye for now.